Hello, survivors! My name is Jay Steele, and today we're going to be building some nice fences, or I'm going to be showing you guys the way that I like to build fences and walls in Ark. So, for example here, let's say we have our main building here, this little 3x3 area, and we want to build a nice wall that we can be on and maybe do like some PvP type of stuff with, and just have something that's a little bit beefier than just a standard wall. So the first little spot I have here, which I think is okay, is what I did is I put a wall on the top, and then on the inside here where the pillars are, I took a foundation and I put one foundation down, and then on the side where the wall was, I laid down a fence foundation. And then before I snapped this second bottom wall from the top here, I snapped the wall on the fence foundation. And then I was able to put the one there. And that is how I got this. And I'll show you guys here in just a moment. Now this other way is actually through using foundations themselves. So it gets a little trickier, especially when you get to terrain that's a little bit rougher. It just depends if the foundation is going to snap well to the pillar. I really don't mind either of these, because personally on an outer wall, I would probably put some spiked fences up around it in the front here anyway. So it would kind of help hide this. Even though this is rather tucked in and it's not terribly ugly, it's not as good looking as this solution right here. So let me jump in and just show you guys here what I did. So I put down some ceilings. Can't go any further, so go ahead and snap this one. I like to sink my pillars just to make them look nice. All right, put a wall down like we're building our fence. And then I'm going to take a foundation here, throw a pillar down, not a pillar, a fence foundation. I don't like the direction of it though. As you can see here, I got the light green and I can see the inside of the wall. I want the inside of the wall to be the other way. So I am going to, wrong buttons, going to flip that. And now I can see that it will place it the way I want. So I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to go ahead and lay another fence foundation connecting it, and that is also not facing the same direction. So let me go ahead and pick that up and switch it. All right, now they're both facing the right direction. Put them there, and let me rotate my snap points around, and that's how easy that is. So we got a nice flat top still, and our bottom can be dynamic and move up and down. All right, now let's move on to the one with the foundations. I'm going to go ahead, build my wall up. Oop, didn't mean to put that there. Come on. All right, there we go. Get my pillar back. Excuse me. All right, now this one's a little trickier and will take a little bit more resources. It's going to be a little bit harder to do on terrain that is rougher. So you would hope that you could just, snap that down. Here's our little bit of a gap. Let me go ahead and just snap a foundation in. You can, and then you can change it to block. But see, this has a little bit of a gap, and I really don't like that. So what we're going to do, I'll pick this up right now. To correct that, we're actually going to put a foundation down, and then we're going to put a pillar in this foundation. And we're going to put ceiling pieces on, come out a little bit. Trikes always love to ruin everybody's videos, so don't worry about that. Then we're going to come down, and we're going to do another foundation onto this pillar. If I must not have it down all the way. Let me go ahead and just do my flush mount with it. Actually, I'm not sure if that'll work, because we want it to be, we're trying to make this one higher, because we're on the top of that. So yeah, you don't want to do it flush. So let me go down. Come on. It doesn't want to go down again for me. Although that's supportive, it should be fine. It must just be really high up here. Oh, nope. Here we go on the inside. If I cycle through, you can see that our foundation now sits up higher, which is exactly what we want. So now that our foundation is up higher, we can go ahead and demolish this. get rid of our old foundation. And now we want to make sure that we snap a new foundation to this slightly higher one. Oop, wrong button. There we go. Oop, our ceilings are still there. Go ahead and get rid of them. So now that we have our foundation up higher, if we take our wall, we can see we have 2 snap points. So it might be better to put your wall down before you put that foundation there. So I'm just going to pick that up so I know I'm snapping the wall as the top one. It probably doesn't really matter, but then we switch that to block. We pick that up, and you can see how much nicer that looks right there. And hopefully, yep, we should be able to do the same thing over there because it's still the same level, so the foundation should be able to snap with it. And we switch that to block. And that is how I kind of like to build walls whenever I can. It gets a little bit harder on terrain that gets rockier, so this works a lot better on uneven terrain than this does. And if you have really flat terrain, you could actually just completely build out with foundations if you want, but that's also a little bit more expensive. So choice is kind of up to you on what you want to do. And if you don't mind your walls actually varying in distance, you can go ahead and put your fence foundation down, and you can keep walking that. Oh, come on. It's distanced wherever you're going with it. You can build your walls. Of course, I have those all backwards, but it's all right. So let's build ours too high. And let's say, let me get a ramp here real quick. All right, now that we've got a ramp, put our ramp here. And if we snap a pillar onto, or if we have a pillar snapped to the bottom of that, we can actually put a ceiling on the top here. Let's obstruct it. Let's see if we can pick our ramp up here. So now our our wall is technically supported now. And we can put our ramp there, and we can keep going. If you want, you can keep it flush with what you're currently working on, but I would recommend just sticking with the wall's height, because I think it would just look a little bit better. So you can kind of have it like that, but sometimes you'll have some really big gaps, and it's a little bit weirder to walk on, I think, is really all the big difference is there. But that's another way that you could do it if you don't mind the top varying up and down, but you want to have something to walk on still. That's probably the cheapest way that you can do it. Although the way I'm doing over here with the fence foundations really isn't too bad. And I don't really mind that too much. It's a lot better with metal walls, I think, but the wall only sticks out a little bit, and you really got to be looking at it to notice it. But I think that's all I got for my fence building techniques. If I come up with any, I'm going to go ahead and add them right here, or right now, I suppose. But that is all I got for today's video, guys. So I hope you enjoyed, maybe even learned something. That is kind of the goal of this video. So just to show you guys how I like to build nice fences. So I hope you guys liked it and enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on it, or maybe even consider hitting the subscribe button for more content like this, or watching some of my Let's Plays. I'm trying to grow a nice community here where we can all kind of get together, learn, and just have a fun time in Ark and other games. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a good day.